The New in the bad.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Oh, what it do? What it do? Yankees universe. It is a Wednesday, August 6th. She got Hector Beauchamp here. It is 79 degrees in New York City. And the New York Yankees, like I said, have been wetting the bed. My man, the Ace Avenue is in the building. Ace. I'm not sure if you got my text message, bro. I had sent you a text message to see if you was free to jump on with me. I'm not sure if it went through. But if you're free, let me know. I'll send you the link. My man, Jacob Petruzzi is in the building. Jacob, how you doing, my man? Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. And Jonathan says, the pregame is starting. Yes, Jonathan, the pregame has started when it comes to the New York Yankees. I got to see here a second just because I'm trying to start the TikTok live also. Let me hit that live button. And we are live on TikTok. Fitness and sports. Let's go live. New York Yankees. Hold on. Aaron Boone. But what up, y'all? How you guys doing? How we feeling? How are we feeling? Oh, D's channel is in the building. The Bronx Signal Podcast. How you doing? El Consigliere Joe is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Sorry about that, guys. I'm having just some technical difficulties real quick, and we will be live right now. But yeah, we here. We got to talk about the New York Yankees. Nathan is in the building. Nathan, how are you doing? There's some stuff that I want to bring up because, yeah, this is just the improv live. No Grace Monroe. She wasn't free right now. I just needed to come on and vent. Shout out to everybody who was in the building. We got over 30 people rocking with us right now. If you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are on Instagram, if you guys are on Twitter or TikTok, click that link in the bio. Hit that link. Jump on over to YouTube and give us a subscribe button. We are on our way to 6K on the subscribers. But there was something I want to bring up. I want to go through Twitter with everybody right now because it seems like Aaron Boone is on the hot seat. The New York Post are taking tweets from Yankee fans. You know it's bad when the New York Post are trying to poke the bear. And New York Post are taking tweets from Yankee fans and they're putting it out there. Fire this idiot Aaron Boone immediately. Bring back Joe Girardi or hire Don Mattingly. Amazing Edic said, firing Aaron Boone and Cashman already. Geez, enough is enough. It turns my stomach to see Aaron Boone's face in the dugout. Michael Fabiano says, Boone is like George Costanza, trying to get fired from Play Now, but nothing is working. Folks in the chat, let me know. How we feeling? Future is in the building. Salute, 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 my man Future. Juanito is in the building. Juanito, how you doing? We got Old Sarge in the building. Old Sarge, how are you doing? Theo Double A, salute to you. Salute, salute, salute. My guy Double A, I hope all is well. I had some audio issues starting the stream right now. And for some reason, my TikTok live is not working. I'm trying to go live on it, but it's not working. I do not know why. Need the camera source. That's why. Let me see. Let me put my camera all the way at the end. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, how we feeling though? Let's have this conversation. And of course, I'm going to put the link to the open panel. So Future, if you want to come up, you can definitely come up and join the conversations. Future says, screw it. Get me in there. Well, I think at this point, Future, I think any of us will be doing better options. Better decisions. Like there's a running joke when Mike Francesa was on WFAN talking about how he would manage the Yankees better than the manager would. Well, I'm not saying that he would. I'm not trying to take this time to like just pick on Aaron Boone, but with what you're seeing out there, What are we going to do? Why are we going to Devin Williams again when he's struggling? Folks in the chat, let me know. And Grace and I was having a back and forth, and shout out to the bestie, Grace Monroe. And my Ra is in the building. Ra says, Hector, what's up? And everybody in the chat, I hope everybody is having a great day. Ra, I hope you're having a great day. But I'm glad you joined us because we're having a venting session right now. And this is what I want to ask you guys. When it comes to Devin Williams, Grace and I was going back and forth. And you can argue and say, yeah, Jason Dominguez should have made that play. And I'm gonna agree with you. Jason Dominguez should have made that play in left field. But walking the next two batters does not help your cause. Trying to get out of that inning and walking the next two batters to load the bases does not help you whatsoever. And for some reason, when we're watching this team, whether you want to put the blame on Aaron Boone, whether you want to put the blame on Brian Cashman, there is an identity crisis with the New York Yankees. Right now, there is a culture shift or a culture shock that needs to happen within this organization. Again, whether that's in the top, whether that's in the dugout when it comes to the manager or the coaching staff, I don't know. But something has to get shaken up. And a lot of fans have been screaming for the rooftop when it comes to fire Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone should have been gone. There's a lot of people saying after the Red Sox series, they would have fired Aaron Boone, or after this series, they would have let go Aaron Boone, or after the World Series last year, putting in Nestor Cortez, you would have let go Aaron Boone. Right now, on August 6th, I think this is the most Aaron Boone job has been in jeopardy when it comes from the outside. Now, inside, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Hal Steinbrenner's head. I don't know what's going on in Brian Cashman's head. But in this time that Aaron Boone has been the manager, with everything that's been going on, I feel that this is the hottest Aaron Boone's seat has been. Folks in the chat, what do you guys think on that? Let me know. What's your thoughts? Do you guys think this? Do you guys think Yankee fans are being just hyperbolic right now? You think Yankee fans are just being delulu right now? Let me know what's your thoughts. And again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you guys come in. On YouTube, we got over 25 people in the building. On Twitter, we got 23. I just kicked up the TikTok Live, so we're on TikTok Live as well. Ra says, how? If he's not going to prove the organization, he's killing the Yankees' legacy, he should sell the team. Now, something that I want to bring up, I'm going to play different clips from like Mike Francesa, WFAN guys, but I have something here, and I think Grace shared this as well. This is from George Steinbrenner. This is from the boss. And credit to Chicago Wrong Sox. I put this up on Instagram last year, but I think this right now is more needed than anything else. I'm gonna play this video clip, and we're gonna watch this, and we're gonna come back for the conversation.
Do these guys like you, the ball players?
I don't. I don't really care. Isn't that funny? I don't really care whether they like me. I'd like them to respect me, and sometimes that doesn't happen. What I try to do is instill a sense of discipline in my players, a mental toughness and a discipline. I don't want players going out there and being treated like heroes if they don't act like heroes.
George Steinbrenner has been a self-styled General Patton of baseball, a man who over the years has demanded perfection from his players.
When you put the pinstripes on, you're not just putting a baseball uniform on. You're wearing tradition and you're wearing pride.
Adam, what's good, Adam?
You're going to wear it the right way.
These fellas have it pretty good. They don't have to do a lot of thinking during their baseball career.
By mid-season, the headlines cried,
Butt out. And that's what I did. August 8th, I butted out. Somebody put it in the players' bulletin board, Ed. Put 2 copies of it up there. I think I know who it was, but those guys told me no, and I'll take their word. So
One of
I
your
said
players-
on August 8th, okay, you guys want me to butt out? You put it in your team bulletin board? I'm out. And I haven't said a word about the team since. And we were in first place when I butted out.
and now,
Now we're 8 games out in 4th place.
what does that say?
Well, I don't know what it says, but I'll tell you, if we finish there, the discipline goes back in next year. I'm a tough boss, I admit that. But I want, it's imperative to me that my players understand that some guy that's buying 4 tickets out there and bringing his kids to a game, that he wants those kids to look up to those players. And they better act like heroes. My players wear coats and ties on the road. When we get on that airplane, if you don't have a coat and tie, you don't go.
Are you a graceful loser?
No, absolutely.
And
Absolutely not.
This right here, I think, is the key takeaway to take from this video. This little last 20 seconds from the boss.
That airplane, if you don't have a coat and tie, you don't go.
Are you a graceful loser?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm like a Yankee fan. My foot has gone through a number of television sets in my time. I bleed like those guys out there do, the fans. I mean, they hate to see you lose, and I hate to lose.
Do you take it personally?
Yes. Yes,
I
I
mean,
do.
what does it say about George Steinbrenner when the Yankees lose?
It says he's one of the worst losers in the world. You show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. And I got to be one of the worst.
You show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. And for some reason, that identity has escaped the New York Yankees. Again, whether you want to be the old man screaming from the porch, whether you want to scream and reminisce on the 80s and the 90s and the way George Steinbrenner used to do things, yeah. You know, old timers do that, right? But when you look at accountability, that is something that has escaped the New York Yankees. There was a video circulating around with Joe Girardi talking about Gary Sanchez and his struggles, right? I'm going to find this video right now. Hopefully I can find it while we are live at the moment. And again, we're not expecting you to come out there and just say Anthony Volpe sucks because of this or Anthony Volpe sucks because of that. We don't expect you to do that, but we expect you to hold your player with some type of accountability. Now I want to play this video from Joe Girardi. But folks in the chat, let me know your thoughts.
You know, we really like the job that Romine did last night, and you know, Gary's played 11 days in a row if you include the DHing, so we figured we'd put Romine back there again.
Is there any part of you that thinks this sends a message to Sanchez about the defense part of that position?
Well, you know, we've expressed to him how important that is. You know, that's not really what I'm trying to do, but we just really like the job that Romine did last night, and that position is extremely, extremely important.
Was it specifically, you know, blocking balls and staying?
Everything. Again, so we're gonna put him back there.
So this tomorrow, or I guess Tuesday would be when your next. Would Gary be back?
Yeah, I would expect him to be back there. Yeah.
George, with the day off, not starting, does he have an opportunity to work on things before the game?
We've been working. Yeah, we've been working. And he also caught Sonny Gray today, which I think is important. You know, he's never caught Sonny, so he got that in too.
Is that the kind of thing where the starting catcher generally doesn't catch guys doing their bullpens?
I did. I mean, years ago, there wasn't bullpen catchers everywhere. The catchers did it. I mean, that was the bottom line. So, I mean, I've actually caught some pitches from a starting pitcher on the day that I caught. If a guy was working on something new and I wanted to see it. So, yeah, I mean, you do it.
You know, normally, game after night game, catcher catches the night before, doesn't catch the next day. What you said about Sanchez the other day in terms of his defense, we know it's matches, but it kind of is this sort of a message though. That
now I'm gonna pause it right here because I don't think we need to go any further into that, right? But you guys get the gist. There is a different vibe with the New York Yankees right now, right? And it seems like, and we talked about it on yesterday's shows, the New York Yankees, they are prioritizing feelings over winning baseball games. This is August 6th, right? The trade deadline was last week, Thursday. The New York Yankees are 0-5 since the trade deadline. I'm going to say that again. The New York Yankees are 0-5 since the trade deadline. Since the Yankees acquired the super bullpen, the New York Yankees have not won a game. Devin Williams, his ERA in his last 10 or 11 appearances, I believe it's over 10. I want to take a quick second just to shout out everybody who's in the building. We got folks on TikTok. Morgan, thank you for the heart me. Folks on TikTok, guys, keep on double tapping that screen. Hit that follow button. Drop as many gifts as you can. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that link, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Ra said, that's the type of manager you need with balls and with balls and to tell the players what they need to hear. Ra, absolutely. Shout out to the Bronze Signal podcast who is in the building. My brother Ghost is here, man. Mano de la Isla. Ghost, how you doing? The Bronx Bat Signal podcast, he said this. It's fair game across the board. It always starts at the top. And the Wizard, talking about Hal, is in hiding. We need to hear from him. Yeah, absolutely. You remember last year when Hal Steinbrenner went on, I believe, the Yes Network? Right? He went on the Yes Network and I think he was talking with Michael K, if I'm not mistaken. He may have gone on WFAN. He was talking on some New York radio station, and he said, and it was in June, I don't know why the fans are mad. He said, I don't know why the fans are mad. Jacob, thank you as well for letting me know about the super chat. My man Hector with the $99 $1 super sticker. Hector, how you doing, my brother? Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Rara just said, I miss the real boss. Your son Hal is letting us down. The New York Yankees right now, we are a half game up on the Texas Rangers. A half game up. Alex on TikTok just says, bring in George Steinbrenner. He will get this team straight. Listen, Alex, you got a Ouija board? We trying to conjure up some spirits right now, Alex. W's in the chat for Alex on TikTok. Shout out to you. But when you look at this team, and Mark T. Maker said it perfectly, Aaron Boone needs to be fired. In 1978, late July, the Yankees were 10 games out of first, 14 at the All-Star break. They fired Billy Martin, and they brought in Bob Lemon. You know the rest. What do they have to lose? And the crazy thing is, Mark, and we got over 50 people on TikTok. Guys, thank you for joining the conversation. Put it in the chat. Let us know how you guys, what's your thoughts on Aaron Boone? And you know the crazy thing, Mark? The crazy thing, Mark, is I think his job is safe. That's the crazy thing. Unless the New York Yankees lose every game going down the stretch and out of the postseason, I think his job is safe. And I'm not advocating for somebody to get their for them to lose their job. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying and what I am advocating for is we need a culture shift. This team needs a different voice. And at the end of the day, it's not personal. It's all business, as they say. And right now, the New York Yankees, business is what needs to take precedent or priority over feelings, because the way that the New York Yankees have been operating, we have been operating like an organization and a franchise that is prioritizing feelings over winning. And as a Yankee fan, I do not remember the last time I watched the team and prioritizing feelings was okay. Monk on TikTok just says, every time Devin goes out there, I go to black out. You're not the only one. We got some more people on TikTok. On YouTube. Mark T. Maker says, exactly, Hector. I think Boone would be able to survive losing this job. And that's the frustrating thing, Mark. That is the frustrating thing. Folks on TikTok, if you guys can, double tap that screen. We got over 60 people watching us, over 2,600 on the likes. Keep on double tapping. Mariella says, I feel my kids' team that is 15 and 16 years old, they play better than the Yankees play right now, and it is crazy. I could go outside and go to the softball league that is comprised of former minor league prospects who are now cab drivers and barbershop owners in New York City. Shout out to them. I can go to that softball league and I could watch more fundamental baseball than I can watching a Yankee game. Because fundamentally, the Yankees are tapped out. When it comes to playing the game by the fundamentals, caring about every out, every inning, every pitch, that's the one thing that this team is lacking tremendously. Dee's channel says, yeah, I think they prioritize going to the wild card or postseason. They don't even get close to winning, which is sad. Future says, going to be honest, I don't think firing Boone will solve anything, only because they will simply hire the same guy. And my man Future is cooking with that comment. Because you know why? He's not lying. He's not lying. Right now in 2025, Major League Baseball, your manager, it's an extension of your GM. Shout out to my man JV, who is in the building. My man JV and Roro, they got a dope podcast, Diamond Discussions on Spotify. Make sure you guys check them out. My man C Money is in the building. Caleb, how you doing, Caleb? Guys, we got over 35 people in the building rocking with us on YouTube. If you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. On TikTok, we still got over 50 people who are watching us, who are joining the conversation. If you're not following, hit that follow button. We are almost at 5,000 subscribers on TikTok. We're literally less than 100 subscribers away on TikTok. So hit that follow button. Mikey Spillane says, forget about it. The New York Yankees will be placed at a higher standard. The New York Yankees should be placed at a higher standard. Yankees for life. Absolutely. And that's the conversation we're having here. Shout out to Michael in the chat, Michael Spillane on TikTok. When it comes to this New York Yankees, I remember having higher standards. I remember watching a guy in Derek Jeter bust his ass going down the line on every ground ball from home to first. I remember that. I remember Joe Torre taking players and benching them when they didn't hustle. I remember that. I remember that happened in Robinson Cano's rookie year. Do you guys remember that? Robinson Cano's rookie year when he didn't show any hustle going to a ground ball and it went past him up the middle and somebody scored. The Yankees lost that game. What happened in the next game? Joe Torre benched them. I remember that. Do y'all remember that? Because I remember that. And for some reason, that is what is escaping the New York Yankees right now. And like I said, since the trade deadline, the New York Yankees are 0-5. Oh, my God. It's like, what are we doing? Lil Birdie, how you doing? Hector Martinez, how you doing? Marcos is in the building. My man Blue Gold says Boone putting in Williams last night again was diabolical. Another one. Say it again, brother. Say it again. Because shout out to my girlfriend. I love her so much. I was in here. She was on the phone last night with a friend. I'm watching the game, right? I'm in my little office corner. I'm watching the game. And when Devin Williams comes out, I said, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Marcos, thank you for the follow on TikTok. What are we doing? And just like clockwork, the game was given up. Now, in the month of June, Devin Williams had a solid month of June. It's totally different in August now. Ooh, my fault. Double A with the super chat. Thank you, Jacob, for reminding me. This is the thing about Restream. Sometimes they don't get highlights. So I appreciate you, Jacob. Double A with the $1.99 super chat, helping us keep the lights on over here at Uptown Sports TV. Oh, my God. What besides spending money should Hal do? And that's the thing, right? Because Michael K loves to bring it up. And I appreciate you. Folks in the chat, let us know as well. Blaming Boone like Cashman don't want him here. Yeah, no, I see exactly what you mean, Gilly. But when it comes to Hal Steinbrenner, right? And you ask, what can Hal do besides spending money? It's not just about spending money. You can spend all the money you want. If you are not hiring the right people, if you aren't putting the right people in place to succeed, you're just burning money. It's like you have a paper shredder and you're taking $100 bills and just throwing it in the paper shredder. You need to hire the right people. What separates business owners like Hal Steinbrenner and Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner of the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago White Sox, you may own a team that has a legacy attached to it, that has a history of legacy attached to it. But if you're hiring the wrong people, and if the wrong people are making organizational mistakes, you're going to be the laughing stock. Whether that's the NBA or MLB, you're going to be the laughing stock. And that's what's happening right now with the New York Yankees. We're starting to turn into a laughing stock while spending $300 million on our payroll. Jacob, I saw that. Thank you, Jacob. Shout out to Jacob Petruzzi. There was a Fireside Yankees report. John Morosi put it out there that Aaron Judge could play the outfield as soon as the weekend or early next week. And we need that because we need Giancarlo Stanton's bat in the lineup. ASAP. Expeditiously, we need Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup. LI Yankee King says, why the Yankees are looking to play Judge in the outfield and get that Dorian into tier, like, well, I don't know what you mean. The reason why the Yankees need to play Aaron Judge in the outfield is because you cannot play Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield. That's why. The Yankees are hamstrung right now when it comes to Giancarlo Stanton because he is not an outfielder. He is a DH. You saw him yesterday trying to run down the first baseline. Giancarlo Stanton was looking like the player from Grand Theft Auto 3 running on the beach in a pair of Timberlands. That is what he was looking like running down the first baseline, my guy. Oh, you mean sprain. All right. I see what you're saying. Double A says, Hector, GM or manager? It starts with Brian Cashman. And it goes down to Aaron Boone. Because the version of Aaron Boone I'm seeing right now is not the fiery version of Aaron Boone that I think all of us fans fell in love with. This is not the Aaron Boone that said Savage is in the box. This is not the same Aaron Boone. This is not the same Aaron Boone. Because that Aaron Boone was a bit more fiery. That Aaron Boone was a bit more spicy in the post-game press conferences. This Aaron Boone is not. The Aaron Boone that I miss is the guy that banged the table. That's the Aaron Boone that I miss. This is not that Aaron Boone. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw the conversation he had with John Boy earlier in the week, but Aaron Boone looks defeated. And I don't mean that to like clown him or anything like that. Aaron Boone is an awesome individual. I've had conversations with him. I've interviewed Aaron Boone, right, a couple of times. I talked to Aaron Boone at spring training, and I told him the interview that he did with me at the Keith McPherson event is one of the reasons why I got the position I have with Latino Sports, because they liked that interview, and I credit him. So I mean all respect in the world to Aaron Boone when I say this, but Aaron Boone, he kind of looks checked out. It seems like Aaron Boone, he has one hand tied behind his back. It seems like the front office are quieting Aaron Boone. Richie Squires, shout out to Richie Squires in the chat. I appreciate you. Mean Gene says he really does. Yeah. And again, this is not to shade Aaron Boone. Like I said, I got all the respect in the world for Aaron Boone. I just feel Aaron Boone mentally is just drained. And Aaron Boone is being, I don't want to say censored, but he's not able to be himself. And I think that stems from the Yankees front office. Shout out to my man Big Ant with the $5 super chat, helping us keep the lights on over here at Uptown Sports TV. We got 4 new followers on TikTok. We appreciate you guys. Guys, keep on double tapping the screen. Marco says might be his last year. Yeah. Folks in the chat, what are you guys thinking? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs out. Thumbs up if you guys thinking that this would be Aaron Boone last year. Thumbs down if you think he's staying. But Big Ant says, with the $5 super chat, during a segment on Foul Territory, they said during a rehab stint in the minors, Didi said they were more focused on velo rather than fundamentals. I believe it. Pretty Lou, shout out to the people from Mama D's Empanada. They had an amazing event yesterday with Frank Luna. Yankees prospect Carlos LaRange was in the building. Shout out to the family at Mama D's Empanada. I wasn't able to make it, but you know, I love that family over there. So shout out to them. Make sure you guys check them out on all social media platforms. That is Mama D's Empanadas. Oh, we got another super chat. Which one are you talking about? Let's see, because I know I had Big Ant and Jacob. Thank you so much, because it's not, they don't highlight like on StreamYard, so I do apologize. El Consigliere, I got you right now, Joe. Give me 1 second. Richie Squires with a $5 super chat. Rich, I appreciate you. The only expectations the Yankee organization has nowadays is how they make their money at the gate, and if they make profit this year. We got a lot of thumbs down in the chat. We got one thumbs up. Shout out to Leandra in the chat. I appreciate you. PD on TikTok says predictions. We still get the wild card, lose game 1 of the playoff, and Boone returns. That's a solid prediction right there. Put some money down on that prediction. Put that money down on that prediction. And Jacob, I appreciate you for helping me clean up these super chats. Shout out to Restream. I'm still trying to figure this out. I appreciate you guys. Double A with a $1.99 super chat. What besides spending? Oh, I got to that one. Blue Gold right here. I think this is a perfect one. Folks on TikTok, let me know what you guys think about this. But Blue Gold just said, I do not want to see Brian Cashman get another chance to hire another coach. And I think that's fair. I think that's 100% fair. Because what you're seeing right now, it's a monumental disaster when it comes to the New York Yankees. What you're seeing right now, it's a total flip-flop of what we grew up watching. This is not the same New York Yankees we grew up watching, folks. And I don't mean to sound like that old person that is streaming from the porch, complaining about back in my days, I used to take $5 and go to Coney Island and be there for the whole day. I don't want to do that. I just sounded like my mother. That's exactly what my mom used to say. I got a video that I want to play from Evan Roberts from WFAN. It's like a minute and a half talking about Aaron Boone and talking about this exact topic. My man, David Gonzalez, is in the building. Blue Ghost says, I saw that interview on Foul Territory yesterday. It was really good. Didi took a shit on the Yankees development while he was a Yankee. Yeah, I'll find that video and I'll play that clip. But I want to play this one real quick. This is from Evan Roberts. This is his rant that he went on yesterday from WFAN and talking about the same conversation. So we're going to play this and we will be right back. I just want to play the playback speed because my ADHD, I like to make it a little bit faster.
I watch bullpen mismanagement. I watch bad defense. I watch head-up-your-ass baseball. And I've watched the Jazz play over and over again. The more I've watched it, the more angry I get. Yeah. And so the only solution I can offer you to the Yankee fans out there is the thing that you would scream at 2 a.m. when calling up Big Mac. And that is, they got to fire the manager. And Aaron, if you're listening, it ain't personal, bro. It's business. Because firing the manager sparks teams. I can sit here all day and list examples of it.
This team is beyond needing a simple spark. Calling up Brad Ausmus or whatever you're going to do from the bench and managing this team, the same problems will continue to exist.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because the reason for these problems is so beyond the manager and so organizational. I think Aaron Boone, unfortunately, as much as he'll never admit this, and it sounds depressing, he is a messenger boy for the Yankee organization. Unfortunately. And the message to that Yankee team and that Yankee roster is that if somebody messes up, F's up multiple times, nothing matters, nothing gets held in accountable fashion. This is an organizational issue, and Aaron Boone has to answer and send the message the organization wants, and the next guy that Brian Cashman allows to manage this team is going to be given the same marching orders, hence nothing will change.
I 100% agree. Does anybody disagree with what they're saying? I don't. Does anybody have a counter argument for what they're saying? Because I don't. This is an organizational issue that the New York Yankees are facing right now. What we're seeing on the field, this is not fundamental baseball. It looks like guys are checked out. And credit to Aaron Judge coming back from his injury, the captain. Aaron Judge, during the post game, he's going to say this almost the same thing like Aaron Boone. But there's an urgency that needs to happen, and these players need to play with an urgency sooner rather than later. It is August 6th, and we are a half game up when it comes to the last spot of the wild card in the American League. We was in first place. At the beginning of June, the New York Yankees were in first place of the AL East. And in the first week of August, we're literally right there when it comes to losing a playoff spot. Again, I'm going to say this for people in the back that didn't hear me. On June 1st, we were in first place. And within a month and a week, within 5 weeks, we are a half game up on the last wild card spot in the American League. That's embarrassing. If you aren't embarrassed by that, I don't know what there's to be embarrassed by. Because that right there is embarrassing. Leandra just said, domino effect. A domino effect needs to happen. Because if the New York Yankees, if the trajectory keeps going as they're going right now, we may not even be 500. I'm going to check the schedule right now. I want to look at the schedule, the record right now for the New York Yankees. Because I think the record right now for the New York Yankees, where's the standings at? I'm going to share this stat. I'm going to share this tab instead. What's this? So the Yankees right now, when it comes to the wild card, where's the wild card at? Half game up. We are 6 games over 500. 6 games over 500. The New York Yankees are 6 games over 500 on August 6th with a $300 million payroll. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe that? Yeah, shout out to Marcos on TikTok who says even Jabba Chamberlain was baffled with the Devin card. Yeah, I follow Jabba on Twitter, and Jabba couldn't believe it. JV, shout out to my man JV. They need to be held accountable. JV, say it again for the people in the back because I don't think the people in the back can hear you. Accountability. If you guys remember the TV show Sesame Street, right? They always had like the word of the day associated with the letter of the day. Well, the letter of the day is A, and that's for accountability. Because that is what is missing right now with the New York Yankees. Is some form of accountability. And it's a joke. Leandra on TikTok just said this, and it may be a controversial take, so I'm warning you guys. Warning you. Controversial take coming in. Juan Soto was right when it came to his decision, choosing the New York Mets over the New York Yankees. The whole thought process was that Juan Soto, he looked at the Yankees organization and he looked at the Mets organization, and he felt he had a better window when it came to winning with the Mets than the New York Yankees. The New York Mets right now, they have been losing as well, and they are the 3rd wild card spot, right? They hold 3rd place in the wild card in the National League, but they are 3 games up on Cincinnati. If the Yankees lose today, that's back-to-back sweeps. Back-to-back sweeps. Back-to-back series that they get swept. And Richie Squires, Marco said, pause, you went too far. Richie Squires just said this. What the F happened to that audit they did of the entire system? Word. What happened to the audit, y'all? Oh, shout out to Eric Boylan. That's somebody that I see him at every Yankee home game, every Yankee game that I'm at. Eric is an amazing, amazing guy. I'm actually going to reach out to him to try to have him on as a guest on the show. I'm going to pull it up right now. Again, like I said, Eric is an amazing, amazing interviewer, an amazing journalist. I definitely implore you guys to go and follow his work. When I was down there for spring training, he helped me out tremendously, showing me around the Yankees system. I mean, the Yankees minor league facility. So shout out to Eric Boylan. Great, great guy. He's a beat writer for Newsday. I'm trying to find that video right now that you talk about, him on foul territory, because I saw a clip from it. But what are we thinking, though, guys? Jacob says, I'll be back in a minute. I have to pop into a stream. You got it, my guy. And guys, like always, remember, subscribe to my man, Ace, the Ace Avenue. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to him. Does amazing work when it comes to his Yankees play-by-play. What time do the Yankees play today? I got to double check. Let me just double check just to see what time the Yankees play later on tonight. The Yankees play later on tonight at... Oh, no, they're live right now. The Yankees are live right now. Oh, wow. The Yankees are live right now. It's the top of the first. I had no idea the Yankees started right now. All right. So we gotta just rock out for the next 20 minutes, right? My man Ace is live right now. I don't want to take away viewers and eyes from Ace. So we're just gonna rock out for the next 20 minutes. I appreciate you, Mean Gene. Thank you so much. I may just end the one on YouTube and may just jump on TikTok. The Yankees just started though. They're playing right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. So I just want to play a couple of more videos for you guys. I got a video right here from Mike Francesa. I'm going to play this real quick and we'll be right back.
If this spirals to Monday, they'll have a lot of cranky fans and a lot of criticism on their hands, but they won't have an irate owner looking to get rid of people because that guy is gone. And there were times where he was out of control, but there were times when that attitude was exactly what the organization needed. They never have that attitude anymore. They never have that edge anymore. They never make those demands of their players like that anymore. If we had just lived through those 4 games in Toronto, going into the Subway Series, you know what would have happened in the old days. Heaven help the guy who didn't get the job done. He would have been on his way with his bags packed unless he was a star.
And that's a video that's from June. No, that's from July 6th. That's from July 6th. That's after they got embarrassed in Toronto and after they lost in Queens. Trent Grisham led off the game with a single. And two things I take away from that. Like Mike hit it on the head. The Yankees do not have that guy that is going to hold them accountable. They don't have that. That was George Steinbrenner. George Steinbrenner is not around anymore. And the second thing is, Mike, 100, I grew up on that guy. He's the best. Yeah. The second thing I was going to say, I feel old as hell seeing Mike Francesa still. Shout out to Mike Francesa still giving us his baseball knowledge. But that clip right there made me seem old because his dentures weren't like glued into his mouth. I was worried his dentures was going to fly out and hit the camera. But Mike Francesa is 100% right. My man Jay 77 in the chat says, Hector, we don't have any leadership at all. No captain, no manager, and no front office who actually care. It's a sham, an embarrassment to be a Yankee fan right now. My man Nick Yak says, shout out to Nick Yak in the building as well. Hope all is well, fam. Without Boone, we would be fine. He can't win an overtime game ever. And fixing blowing games in the 9th by blowing them in the 8th. Yeah, if there was ever anybody who needed to be investigated for like gambling, no, I'm joking. Oh man, yeah, no, I'm not going to say Aaron Boone is fixing games. Listen, I will offer Yachty the bag. I don't think Yachty and Molina will take the job with the New York Yankees. Not to say he wouldn't want it. I would definitely would like to believe he would want to take that job. But I feel that the Yankees would try to cater how he talks to the players and to the media. And that's not something that I think Yachty would be in line with, if I may say. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah, like Future says, nah, you're wild. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Aaron Boone is fixing games or anything like that. No, it's not a manual Class A situation. What it is, it's just everything that could go bad is going bad with Aaron Boone. The title of the video is Issue from Top to Bottom. Yeah, I was just trying to find it. I don't want to pull up their YouTube channel just because if I play the video from their YouTube channel, we would get hit with copyrights. So I'm trying to find it on their Twitter feed. Again, I saw the clip. All right, let's see. right, so I have a clip here. I'm not sure if this is the clip that you was talking about, Blue Gold, but I have a clip here to play from that foul territory conversation. Let me know if this is the clip that you wanted me to play. Again, shout out to Eric Boylan. I'm going to try to have him on the channel. Great guy, great beat reporter as well.
You know, when I'm watching the games, I think guys, and we talked about Milwaukee Brewers, guys not understanding who they are, right? We complain about Anthony Volpe, and you know you're gonna struggle at times on defense, but offensively, you know, and I watch him, and I watch Jazz, and I watch some of these guys that should be table setters. It's the same swing. It's a feast or famine swing. It's swinging for the fence, whether you're at home or you're on the road. Where it's like, you know, the old school back through the middle, low line drives. Reggie Jackson told me, hey, when I first came to the New York Yankees, hey Cam, collect your hits, like get your hits first. Then once you start feeling good, then you can do a little bit more. For me, it's just what kind of conversations are they having with guys like Jazz, who I know you have 17, 18 homers, but you need to be getting on base. You need to be stealing. Jason Dominguez, force the issue. Let's create some havoc on the bases. For me, those would be things, and then that starts at BP. And Ty can follow up off this. Some of those guys, hey, let's shorten up. You know, I watch Aaron Judge and not Mike Stanton. I still call him Big Mike. Giancarlo Stanton. I watch these guys hit hard ground balls and line drives early in BP rounds. They're not trying to hit homers. So, you know, understanding who you are at the big league level is important. And I think, you know, that's a part of the changes that need to be made.
What kind of role are you? What role player are you? I think that's the biggest adjustment some guys got to make. They come up there thinking, oh, I got to be somebody different. No, if you be you and control your controls, you're going to be just fine. If you're a leadoff guy, get on base. If you're one of those guys that are in the 3 to 7 hole, time to bop some RBIs. And forget about the paperwork in the TV. What is he throwing? Hey, 2-seamers running in a little bit, slider away. Like, you don't need any more else than that. Percentages, throw them out the window. When you're struggling, come together as a unit and communicate. I do see the Yankees doing that a lot, but at the same time, how much are they taking that intake in and bringing it to the field?
Solid takes. Solid takes. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with anything that those fellas said whatsoever. And again, I want to remind people, right? I want to remind people the New York Yankees are 0-5 since the trade deadline. Since this video dropped, the New York Yankees have not won a game.
Go.
The ball.
Here you go. Yeah, they got 2 back-end relievers. Whoa! I've seen the kids doing this one. Whoa! Go.
0-5. 0-5 since the Yankees did that. 0-5. And there's a stat that's running around, and it talks about Devin Williams, right? When it comes to Devin Williams, this is the stat that everybody has seemed to be referencing, right? Shout out to Cutter is King. I know he is an enemy of a lot of Yankee fans and a lot of Yankee content creators on Twitter. But Cutter is King is a mutual of mine on TikTok, so shout out to him. But Cutter said this. This is the guy that the Yankees reversed their 50-year facial hair policy for, by the way. In 2025, Devin Williams has given up 26 runs. From 2022 to 2024, as an all-star elite closer, he gave up 26 runs in a span of 2 years. We're not even done with the season, and he's already given up more runs through August 6th, through August 5th, than he did in 2 years, in a 2-year span. Double A with the $4.99 super chat, helping us keep the lights on over here. Guys, I appreciate you guys for all the super chats. It does help us when it comes to paying for Streamlabs, when it comes to paying for Restream, all these stuff that we use programming-wise. So thank you guys so much. He says, allowing bids took away the sacrifice you had to make to be a Yankee. Basically, wanting to be here. You tagged me in on Twitter, Uptown's Twitter. Jacob, my man, I appreciate you, Jacob. I'm switching to that right now. You said you tagged me in it? Copy. Jacob, thank you so much. This is why, Jacob, when the sponsorship money comes through, my man Jacob is going to get a W-2. He needs to sign one. All right?
Bottom line on this is the Yankees have been a poor fundamental team for a number of years now. And this is an organizational problem. It's not an Aaron Boone problem. And I've talked to scouts that are assigned to the Yankees minor league system for years about this. And they've talked about how from the bottom levels all the way up through AAA, fundamentals are not stressed. It's all about exit velocity, spin rate, drive line, all of the things that have become a big part of the sport in the last decade, and there's a place for all of that. But what you're seeing is there's not an emphasis on actually playing the game well. Playing the game instinctually, and you can't measure that stuff, but you know it when you see it or when you don't see it. And I still remember when Didi Gregorius, player you guys are very familiar with, when he rehabbed for a couple of weeks back in 2019 in the minor leagues, coming back for an injury, and he came back to the big league clubhouse and told several of his teammates, quote, "You wouldn't believe some of the shit going on in our minor leagues." And he was talking about what I'm talking about, where all of the emphasis was on, again, exit velocity, hitting home runs, spin rate for pitchers, et cetera. And there wasn't a lot getting done in terms of making sure that guys actually play the game in a competent way. So I don't know why people are suddenly shocked there's gambling going on in the casino, if you will, when you see at the big league level, it's the exact same thing. But again, Aaron Boone is the face man for a lot of this in terms of the slings and arrows coming from the fan base and a lot of the media. But I'm telling you, this is a top to bottom organizational issue, and it has been for a while now.
And that right there is something that needs to be on replay. I saw this video earlier, Jacob, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tagging me in it. I'm glad I got the proper video. I couldn't find it. But what he's saying right now, it's the same. This is something that's brand new. We've heard Clint Frazier talk about this. We've heard Jabba Chamberlain talk about this. Shout out to everybody who's on TikTok right now. We love TikTok. We love the TikTok shop. Debbie and Sanchez, thank you for the follow. Shout out to the TikTok followers. Double tap, hit that like, hit that follow button, interact with the live on TikTok. We got over 12K likes, over 1,100 viewers on TikTok. So we appreciate you guys on TikTok. A little under an hour, and we got over 1,200 viewers on TikTok. So we appreciate everybody on TikTok that's watching us. Future says, New York baseball feels so cooked. Soto getting booed by Met fans. Yeah. Baseball in New York City right now is bad. Absolutely. Baseball in New York City right now is disgusting. It's bad. I had a couple more videos I want to play, and then we're going to get up out of here because the Yankees are playing. And like I said, I do not like to take away any eyes or any viewers from any of the other Yankee content creators like my brother Ace, who is live right now. So shout out to my guy Ace. I just got something to play right now because this is something that I made last year. This is a meme that I made last year, and I put it on Yankees Twitter. And I think this meme is exactly how all of us Yankee fans are feeling right now. If George Steinbrenner was alive today.
Great work, Rob. Great work. See if you can read this. You're fired. And in case your ears are fucked, get the fuck out!
Yeah. 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 Because again, there is a shift that is missing here with the New York Yankees. And Sal Licata, shout out to Sal Licata from WFAN, because like I said, I said this yesterday with Grace. When you look at this team, it's not like the Yankees, we have a bad team. We don't. We don't have a bad team. We have a very inconsistent team. We have a team that is lacking the fundamentals. We have a team that is lacking the proper voice to lead this squad. That's what we're lacking. When you look at this team, it is a very talented roster, up and down, from the first guy to the last guy on this roster. I think this is 100% a guaranteed talented roster. Now, is it enough to win a World Series? I don't think so. Is it enough to get to the dance? It should be, especially in the American League, which is probably the weakest out of both the American and National League. I got another video that I want to play from Sal Licata, because with all this doom and gloom, with everything that I just said right now, or within this past hour, I still think the New York Yankees can turn this around. I'm going to play this right now.
We've seen this with the baseball season. 1 week bad, 1 week good. 1 month awful, 2 months great. Now, it has been a prolonged problem. Obviously, this is not just a bad weekend. The Yankees have been playing, and Mets, by the way, have been playing bad baseball since June 13th. So there is a little bit of a pattern developing here. But look at the other teams that they're playing. Not that that's an excuse, but, I mean, the Mets are still right there in the division. And while the Yankees are sliding further out from the division race, certainly still right there in as far as the playoff spot goes, still having a hold on a playoff spot. And not that a switch can be flipped automatically, but like we've seen this before with other teams. We saw with the Yankees going back 25 years ago, where nobody thought, after watching the Yankees dynasty 96, 98, 99, that 2000 team didn't compare to those teams to that level. They stumbled into the playoffs and then went out there and remembered they were the Yankees. I think the Yankees need a little reminder of who they are. We've seen this with the baseball season. 1 week bad, 1 week good.
Yeah, and like I said, I believe that this team can turn it around. L.I. Yankee King said, if George was alive, we would be mediocre at best. Stop bringing him up when he couldn't build a team to save his life. L.I., how can't build a team? How can't build a team, L.I.? How can you say that, you know, if George was here, he'd be mediocre? So what are we all right now? L.I., what are we all right now? Because since the Aaron Judge era of baseball has happened in New York, the Aaron Judge era of New York Yankees baseball, name me one other prospect that was developed that's still on this team. Name me. Luis Severino, he's in Sacramento. Gary Sanchez, I believe, is in Baltimore. Where's Manny Benuelos? Where's Andrew Breckman? Hell, where's Clint Frazier? Clint Frazier's about to start a podcast talking about how bad this team is. Again, like I said, where's Clint Frazier? He's about to start a podcast talking about how bad this team is. How's Navarez doing with the Red Sox? How's Augustine Ramirez doing with the Florida Marlins? How's Josh Smith doing, the third baseman with the Texas Rangers? How's he doing? These are all prospects that were traded away by Brian Cashman. Like JV said, George couldn't build a team. George did anything and everything. Blank checks everywhere. Absolutely. You may not have agreed when it came to his philosophy, when it came to just firing people, hiring people, firing people, hiring people. You may not agree with that philosophy, but one thing that all of us Yankee fans could collectively agree on is that George Steinbrenner gave a rat's ass. After the trade deadline, after losing 5 games in a row and on the verge of losing a 6th game in a row and getting swept 2 series in a row after the trade deadline, if George was around, I guarantee you this, George would be in the locker room today talking to the players. You may not agree with what he says, but I guarantee you this. If George was around today right now and the Yankees have lost 5 games in a row, on the verge of losing 6, on the verge of losing 2 series in a row, about to be out of the wild card picture, I tell you this right now, if George Steinbrenner was around today, he'll be talking to this team right now before this game in the locker room. He would have been there at 10 o'clock in the morning talking to them. He would have had them there at 9 o'clock in the morning working out. Where's Hal at? Is Hal in Texas? Talking to the team? Having a meeting with the team? I don't think so. Anybody? L.I.? Am I wrong, though? Rah, am I wrong? Like, I think the bare minimum to ask right now from your owner is, hey, excuse me, sir. Hello, hi, excuse me. Can you like talk to your players? Can you like have a meeting with your players? Can you try to rally the troops? Is that too much to ask for in 2025? from your owner? Shout out to Stephen B on TikTok. I appreciate you. My man Russ on TikTok. I appreciate you, Russ. How you doing? Salute, salute, salute. And the crazy thing is, we got football that's coming up, right? Both the Giants and the Jets, they're both going to suck ass. We got a long way to go before the Knicks start playing basketball again, Double A. LI, I don't think anybody is going to argue against this, right? Who has Brian Cashman in charge of this team? That's Hal Steinbrenner. There's no way that I can believe that if George Steinbrenner was around today, even if we had Giancarlo Stanton on this team, there's no way, with Bryce Harper doing his whole advertising himself about wanting to be a New York Yankee, shaving his beard when the Yankees come in town, there's no way that George Steinbrenner doesn't sign Bryce Harper. There's no way. There's no way that George Steinbrenner doesn't burst into the office of Brian Cashman after he said, "Hey, we're good because we have Brett Gardner, Clint Frazier, Jacoby Ellsbury, Aaron Hicks." There's no way George Steinbrenner would not have busted into this office and made him sign Bryce Harper. There's no way. There's no way. Rah with the 199 super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on over here. My man Luis Garcia, Mr. Garcia, how you doing? El Profesor is in the building. I was with you for the Knicks event. I remember you, my guy. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel as well. Absolutely. Folks in the chat right now are letting me know. Look, Mary Ellis would said no. Mean Gene says not at all. Nick Yass says George brought a horrible team from CBS and created a powerhouse. Yeah, my man Future said if George was here, we would have had both Stanton and Harper. And that's an absolute fact. Theo Dennis, Bendy Shung. Shout out to Theo Dennis, who was in the building. Folks, on TikTok, we got over 14,000 likes, over 1,200 viewers on TikTok. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. We got 7 new followers on TikTok. Guys, thank you guys so much for tapping in. It's 3:02. I'm going to stop the live right now because, like I said, my man Ace is live. Make sure you guys, we're going to go raid Ace right now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go raid Ace's chat. That's what we're going to do. You guys know what a raid is? This is what we're going to do. We're going to raid his chat right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find his stream right now, the Ace Avenue, and we're going to go raid his chat. So if you guys go into his YouTube stream, let him know that I sent you. Shout out to my man Ace, who was calling the game right now. Everybody, go to Ace's channel right now. Go to the Ace Avenue podcast right now and type in the chat, Uptown Sports sent you. Please, por favor. We're going to go show love to my man, the Ace Avenue, who is doing an amazing play-by-play. No, we're on YouTube right now, Louis Garcia. I'm going to put the link to his channel in the chat so that way everybody could just click on the link and jump on over. So we're going to raid his chat. Your Uptown raid. So appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. I'm ending all of our live streams right now. I just ended it on Instagram. I'm going to end it on TikTok right now as well. No, hello, Birdie. He does not have TikTok. It is the Ace Avenue on YouTube. I put the link in the comment section on YouTube. It is the Ace Avenue. But we're going to get ready to wrap things up. Let's do it. Shout out to my man Froggy Fresh, who is in the building. Froggy, I appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to Froggy. Shout out to Rah. Double A, I appreciate you as well. Nick Yak, thank you so much. Guys, make sure you guys go and follow and go into my man, the Ace Avenue. Go and raid his channel. Go and raid his chat, Go Go and watch the watch along he does with the New York Yankees. And until next time, peace, salutations, drink some water, stay hydrated, arriba the dirty, and salute. We out here.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.